All right, hello everybody. Hope everybody's had a good day today. We're just going. You can see there's probably one other person here, probably lurking about. Hope you had a good day today. We're gonna wait a few minutes to let some more people show up before we get going. Basically today was pretty much same old for me. Got up, went up to the store. Actually, no, it was a little different because I didn't get an energy drink today. I got and grabbed lunch instead, and then lunch a little early, and then came back, watched some videos, and then then watched my afternoon Toonami block, and then started preparing the stream, and then went over to RJ's for a few minutes there, and then here we are. So, um, anyways, I hope you had a good day today. Let's see. La di di da di da, la di di da di da, la di di da di da. Hmm. Oh, mercy, mercy me. Oh, things ain't what they used to be. No, no. Radiation underground. Little idiot. Oh, oh, mercy, mercy me. Oh, things ain't what they used to be. No, no. Radiation underground. And the times. Hmm. Yep, we're just waiting, waiting on the world to change. Anyways, yeah, I said we're just waiting for some people. See if more people show up. I'll try to start, of course, with the news articles at around the 10-minute mark here. We got another person here, and of course, as always, guys, I know I haven't said it yet. I usually do say it quite a bit throughout the show. I do appreciate any and all likes and shares. Helps with the algorithm. Helps get more people in here. Um, so I do appreciate all that. Thank you. Um, yeah. So let's see. We're at the 4-minute mark. Hmm. Yeah, I know. Dead silence is not always a good thing. Dead air is not always a good thing, but dashing and daring, courageous and caring, faithful and friendly with stories to share. All through the forest they sing out in chorus, marching along as their song fills the air. Gummy bears, bouncing here and there and everywhere. Find adventure that's beyond compare. They are the gummy bears. They are the gummy bears. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size. Can't you see? Just like flies, look out. There goes a Spider-Man. Is he strong? Listen up. He's got radioactive blood. Can he swing from a thread? Take a look overhead. Hey there, there goes a Spider-Man. In the chill of night, at the scene of a crime, like a streak of light, he arrives just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Welcome he is yours. Action is his reward to him. Life is a great big hang up. Whenever there's a hang up, you'll find a Spider-Man. When Captain America throws his mighty shield, all those who oppose his shield must yield. In the red and the white and the blue it comes true when Captain America throws his mighty shield. Tony Stark makes you feel he's a cool exec with the hottest wheel. As Iron Man, all jets aflame, he fights and fights with repulsor rays. Amazing power, it's Iron Man. Amazing power, it's Iron Man. Doc Bruce Banner, belted by gamma rays, turned into the Hulk. Ain't he just gallantly wrecking the town with the powerful? You know, ain't so monstrous, foolish but lovable, the ever-loving Hulk. Hulk, Hulk. Cross the rainbow bridge of Asgard, where the blue means heaven's roar. You'll behold in incredulous wonder the god of thunder, mighty Thor. Stronger than a whale, he can swim anywhere, he can breathe under water and go flying through the air. Noble submariner, prince of the deep, so beware deadly demons. Lord Namor of Atlantis is the prince of the deep. Marshall, Will, and Holly on a routine expedition. All right. So we're coming up on 8 minutes now, so I guess it would be a good time to kind of go over what we're going to be going over tonight. We have actually 10 articles to go through tonight. Only one comics related tonight, 9 anime related. The one comics one is from Critical Blast site, RJ Carter's site, which we'll be leading off with, followed by some announcements on among the other 9 anime stories. 2 of them are from Bounding in the Comics. The other 7 are from CBR. A number of them include some release information, some announcements of some anime adaptations, a lot of stuff coming up to be looking forward to, and maybe a couple profile pieces as well in there. So let's see, we're now at just past the 9-minute mark, so we'll give it. So when we hit 10 minutes, then we will go ahead and start getting started on the articles. Marshall, Will, and Holly on a routine expedition met the greatest escape ever known. High on the rapids, and then they went tumbling down 1,000 feet below to the land of the lost, to the land of the lost. Alrighty, we're at the 10-minute mark, so why don't we go ahead and get going here on these articles now. Here we go. So let me share up the first story here on the share screen. All right, so our lone comic story of the night here, uh, of interest. Uh, oh, now we got 4 people watching. That's good. Getting more people in here. Okay, so we're about to get started on the articles here. So hopefully you guys will enjoy the content. Here we go with the first article of the night. And thank you again for all the likes and shares, guys. I do appreciate that. All right, so here we go. Allegations of police protection for Superman artist dubious at best. So that's the story there. To get in on the actual story itself. Submitted by R.J. Carter earlier today at about 11 o'clock this morning. And of course, that's the site none of us probably want to really see. All right, so the revelation of John Kent's bisexuality has been polarizing plot point among, should probably say a polarizing plot point among fans of the DC Comics universe of titles. And while the news was cheered by some and jeered just as many, claims are being bandied about that the critics of the move object strongly enough to merit police protection. Critics of the move object strongly enough to merit police protection. All right, wonder what they mean by that. This is a claim coming out of TMZ and then parroted by Pink News. I wonder where their leanings are, where their ideological leanings are. Yeah. All right. Huh. As they claim that, quote unquote, the artist, generically, of Superman, have received death threats to merit enough concern on the part of DC Comics that the Los Angeles Police Department was called in to patrol and protect. Okay. Again, anytime that you disagree with them, they're gonna cry. They're gonna start crying ish phobe and, oh, you're making death threats because you don't like what we do. Okay. This would be a huge story if true, as it would see the LAPD enlarging its jurisdiction to become an international force. Because the creators on the Jonathan Kent title, Superman Son of Kal-El, are Tom Taylor and John Timms. Um, live in Australia and Costa Rica, respectively. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I had heard that Tom Taylor lived in Australia. I didn't know that the other guy was in Costa Rica, though. Yeah, I think a better way of maybe of saying that would have been because the creators on the Jonathan Kent title, Superman Son of Kal-El, are Tom Taylor and um, John Timms, who live in Australia and Costa Rica, respectively. Neither reporting agency lists any specific artists who received these supposed death threats. Of course not, because it probably didn't happen. Nor does it cite any person within DC Comics who would have made such a call. Yeah, that's the lack of even the most basic of these details, in conjunction with the impossibility of the supposed patrolling of the artist's homes, gives this story a particularly um, ichthyological odor. It smells fishy. Until DC Comics issues an official statement, we're going to file this one under no such thing as bad publicity, quote unquote. Yep. Yeah, I mean, Yeah, let's stir the pot a bit so we can see if we can increase sales by playing victim and seeing if people will actually be dumb enough to fall for that. Yeah. Oh, they don't like what I did, so I'm getting death threats. Oh, please, Mr. LAPD, that I want to defund. Please protect me from these bad comic fans. Uh, yeah. So, anyways, that's enough of that story. Um, but that's an interesting take there. It's most likely somebody just said it to try to drum up publicity because the shock value of turning Jonathan Kent by is over now. So that novelty is gone, and they probably realizing that a lot of comic book fans really don't want to know want that. Probably not selling what they want. So they figured, oh, please feel sorry for us because we're getting threats now because of what we did. Yeah, that's don't think that's gonna fly. Ah, we hello, got some new people in here. Hello, let's see. Tiggy ta- um should take a long walk off a short pier. Oops, Tiggy. Who are you referring to? Tom Taylor, maybe? Joe Schmo. Always helps to find editorial fixes when you hear it read and loud by someone else. Well, I hope I can help you out there. It'd probably even be better if you caught it before I picked it out for you there, RJ. Um, but yeah, that was a pretty interesting story there. Please, Beer Fox, don't throw me into the briar patch. Okay. Yeah, hey RJ. Thanks for being here. Yeah. Anyways, why don't we move on there? That a pretty quick article though. That I have to admit. So, anyways, now let's move on to the only comics article for today. So we're not getting into more anime related stories here. First, go over to the two from Bounding into Comics. Anyways, okay. I guess some people left because they were just here for the comic stories. But I hope RJ hope you that helped you a bit there, man. Hope you enjoyed that. Anyways, so moving on to the next article here. My Hero Academia World Heroes mission breaks numerous franchise box office records. Article by Spencer Bakuli, published earlier today. In a testament to the popularity and quality of the beloved shonen series, the latest film in the My Hero Academia series, My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission, both opened in the fourth spot in North America and took the title of the franchise's highest growing cinematic outing. So, wow, this is a testament to just how popular that My Hero Academia is. Screenshot My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission Preview Trailer 2021 Bones Inc. Debuting in American and Canadian theaters on October 29th, which is this past Friday, and My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission premiered in theaters to the tune of $6.4 million, being beaten by Dune, Halloween Kills, and No Time to Die. However, if you look at the film's opening day release on October 29th, it was the number two movie for the day, grossing 2,885,252, being beaten out only by Dennis Villeneuve's critical and audience darling Dune, which pulled in 4,941,106. The box office total raked in by My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission on its release day also beat the previous franchise record set by the previous film. My Hero Academia Heroes Rising, which opened on February 26, 2020, right before the COVID-19 pandemic halted in person showings of films across the board. That film grossed 2,583,834 on its first day. With the film's opening weekend in North America, the movie's worldwide gross now sits at 35,790,488. As mentioned above, this international box office total, pulled in just over 12 weeks, solidifies the third My Hero Academia film as the overall highest grossing in the franchise worldwide, beating yet another record previously held by My Hero Academia Heroes Rising, which pulled in a total of 30,018,088 over its roughly 54-week release window. 54 weeks. That's 13 and a half months. That's well over a year. Over a year. Um, let's see. Taking place roughly after the My Hero Academia anime series' fifth season, My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission sees the heroes of Japan undertake a mission to clear Deku's name after the young hero is wrongly accused of murdering 12 people. The official synopsis, as provided by the series' North American licensor Funimation, can be read below. It states, quote, when a sinister organization threatens to wipe out all superhuman powers, the fate of the world is on the line with 2 hours until the collapse of civilization. Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki manage to work as a team, but there's still one problem. Deku's on the run for murder, unquote. There they are right there in that little thing. My Hero Academia World Mission, City of Bones 2021. My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission is currently screening in the in theaters across North America. What do you make of My Hero Academia's World Heroes Mission? Speculator box office performance. Do you plan on seeing the film in theaters? Let us know your thoughts on social media or in the comments down below. So, there we go with that one. Let's see, anybody else commenting on anything? No. Anyways, alrighty then. Okay, so on to the next. All right, let me just see where we're at on time here. 25 minutes in. We'll do 2 of the 10 articles. Okay. All right, so here's the next article here. Spy Family to receive anime adaptation in 2022. An anime adaptation of Tatsuya Endo's popular spycraft comedy shonen manga Spy Family has been announced for 2022. Series production was first revealed on October 31st with the release of an official preview trailer from anime production studios Wit Studios, Attack on Titan seasons 1 through 3, and Cloverworks, Darling in the Franxx, um, who will work together to bring Endo's manga to animation. From what I understand, this particular manga is about a group of spies who pretend they're like a family to try to pass themselves off in order to fulfill their mission. So, set in a Cold War esque period of counterintelligence warfare and intelligence hungry subterfuge, Spy Family, that X, by the way, in a lot of the X in a lot of Japanese titles it serves almost like a like a punctuation mark as opposed to an actual letter. Um, Spy Family follows a highly skilled spy who goes by the name Twilight as under the name of Lloyd Forger. He adopts a daughter and fakes a marriage with a local woman in order to further embed himself and give him the cover needed. It says given here, but it should say give him the cover needed for his latest mission. However, unbeknownst to Twilight, both members of his fake family hold startling secrets with his, in smaller quotes, wife, Yor, actually being the alter ego of the notorious assassin known as the Thorn Princess, and his, in smaller quotes, daughter, possessing the ability to read the minds of those around her. Yeah, that probably makes his life as a spy a little, well, depending upon how she uses it, could make his life as a spy either more difficult or less difficult. Hmm. On Twitter, the upcoming adaptation's official account also shared two teaser visuals for the series, one highlighting the series' espionage angle. That cheery face right there. And the other showcasing the family angle. It's like look at the mother's face over here, right here. It's like, oh my. She got that oh my look. Look, the little girl. You got some moe action going on there. It was further announced that the series would be directed by Kazuhiro Furuhashi of Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn Rurouni Kenshin fame, feature character designs by Kazuaki Shimada of the Promised Neverland theme, and music from Japanese musical group No Name. As for the series voice cast, only one actor has been cast so far, with Takuya Eguchi, Green in Pokemon Origins, and Don Moroboshi in Netflix's Ultraman, set to play Twilight himself. Probably still early on, so they're probably still trying to get the rest of the cast together. Are you excited to watch the anime adaptation of Spy Family? Let us know your thoughts on social media and in the comments down below. So, all right, so let's head over to CBR. Prepare for the next 7 articles that we'll be reading. Alright, so this will be the first one we'll look at here. Let's see where we're at on time and all that. See if anybody else. Nope, looks like I'm the only one here. We're at the 31-minute mark here. So, I will be right back as I need to step away from the computer for a moment. So I hope you'll be patient. I'll be right back. Hope you're enjoying the content thus far. I'll be right back. Oh, alrighty then, I'm back. So let's get back to the articles here. Let's see this again. Uh, anyways, so let's get on to this next article here. Short Art Online Progressive announced a sequel for 2022. A sequel to the A1 Pictures Short Art Online, the movie Progressive Aria of a Starless Night, is scheduled to hit the big screen next year. Article by Haley McCullough, published 22 hours ago. Let's go ahead and take a look at this now. Short on Online, the movie Progressive Aria of a Starless Night, debuted in Japan on October 30th, which is this past Saturday, and a sequel has already been teased. The announcement, which was made on Twitter, confirms that the new film will release sometime in 2022 and reveals its subtle scherzo of a dark dusk. Fans of the Sword Art Online franchise have been quick to express their excitement for the sequel. Sword Art Online progressive light novels by Reki Kawahara and Abek are an expanded retelling of Sword Art Online's Aincrad storyline. Aria of the Starless Night adapts the initial encounter between main characters Kirito and Asuna and the other events that occur on Aincrad's first floor for the big screen. In particular, it focuses on Asuna's emotional and mental struggles with coping with the realities of being trapped in a video game where she can actually die. A1 Pictures, the studio behind the first Sword Art Online movie, Sword Art Online the movie Ordinal Scale, produced the film with Ayako Kono of Black Butler, Book of the Atlantic, and Your Lie in April fame, serving as director. Yuki Kaijura, Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the movie Mugen Train, Sword Art Online, Alicization, composed the music. Yuki Kaijara, along with Yoko Kano, they're both pretty well known for their musical works. Yoshikazu Iwanami, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable, Rascal Does Not Dream of a Dreaming Girl fame, served as sound director. Kento Toya of The Seven Deadly Rin, the movie Prisoners of the Sky, and My Hero Academia, designed the characters. And Yusa Ito, Girl in Twilight and Valkyrie Drive Mermaid, acted as art director. Nothing new in the comments yet. Would seem some people have stepped away. I do thank you for more of the. Okay, so. All right. Anyways, getting back to the article here. The voice cast from the original Sword Art Online series reprises their roles in the film, including Yoshisugu Matsuoka as Kirito and Haruka Tomatsu as Asuna. Aria of A Starless Night also introduces Mito, a new character played by veteran voice actor Inori Minase. My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom, How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom. Okay. Sword Art Online, a movie, progressive, Scherzo of a Dark Dusk, isn't the only new anime project that is scheduled to premiere in 2022. Other titles include Made in Abyss, The Sun Blazes Upon the Golden City, Love After World Domination, Spy Family, Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witch from Mercury, and Genui's Prince's Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Debt. Sword Art Online, the movie, progressive, Aria of a Starry Night, is scheduled to premiere in the United States and Canada on December 3rd and in Australia and New Zealand on December 9th. So December 3rd, I believe that's going to, yeah, I think that's a Friday. It'll be a Friday night. So it'll be 7 weeks from this Friday, I believe. Alrighty then, so that's it for that story. So as we continue on here, as I can find the cursor, of course. Alright then, let's see now. Here's our next article we're going to look at. Let's see. Let's see. So we're at the 41-minute mark now. Okay. All right. So here we go with the next article here. Um, High School DxD: How to Get Started with the Anime and Light Novels. High School DxD is a popular franchise made up of many anime series and light novels. So here's what you need to know to jump in. Article by Jonathan Grenall, published 14 hours ago. High School DxD started out as a series of light novels written by Ichie Ishibumi and illustrated by Miyama Zero. The series quickly became popular with viewers who enjoy harem comedies, especially those who like their girls supernatural. Um, the title soon became a massive franchise, spawning spin offs, mangas, and even an anime series. Because of this, it can be hard to know where to start with everything. However, if you want to dive in, here's what you need to do to know about High School DxD. The plot of High School DxD. Kuo Academy is a prestigious all girls school that has recently decided to go co ed. However, despite the regular exterior, the school isn't all it seems. A good chunk of Kua Academy's student population are actually angels, fallen angels, and devils. Wow, angels, fallen angels, and devils being in a school together. That sounds very interesting, doesn't it? A little bit of good, a little bit of evil, and then maybe a little something in between. That would be quite an interesting sandwich to take a bite out of, huh? Issei Hyodo, a human student desperate for love, learns this the hard way. When Yuma Amano asks him on a date, he accepts without thinking. However, during the date, she reveals that she's a fallen angel. Before he can process this revelation, she tries to kill him. Oh, that's nice. First date with a girl and she goes all psycho on you. Okay. A little yandere there, maybe? I don't know. However, Hyodo is lucky, as third year student Rias Grimori revives him. Alas, it turns out that his resurrection has turned Hyodo into a devil. Okay? Because of this, he is now Rias's faithful servant, leading to all sorts of harem hijinks. Oh boy, that sounds pretty funny. That sounds like one I might get into. Where to read the High School DxD manga light novels? The first High School DxD light novel was released in 2008. By 2015, there were 25 volumes available. However, after the 25th volume was released, Ichie Ichibumi announced they would be starting a sequel called Shin High School DxD that picks up where the original left off. A prequel called The Fallen Dog God Slash Dog was also released. However, while a prequel, it also acts as its own standalone series. Yen Press acquired the right to distribute High School DxD in America in October 2020, this past October, or about a year ago, basically. Because of this, readers can buy physical copies of volumes 1 to 5 of the light novels at most good bookstores and online retailers. A manga version began in the July 2010 issue of Dragon magazine, which sees Hiroji Mishima adapt and illustrate the light novel story. In 2014, Yen Press obtained the license to distribute this manga in America. This means volumes 1 to 11 can be found in bookstores and on digital storefronts. The spin off manga, High School DxD Asia and Koneko's um, Secret Contracts, was released in 2012. And Yen Press um, also brought that to America, both physically and via Comixology. Right, let's see. Nothing new there, I guess. All right. So, anyways, moving along here to the next part here. Where to watch the High School DxD anime? In 2012, High School DxD made its anime debut. Produced by TNK and then Passion, the series was broadcast on the AT-X channel and later on TV Kanagawa. Overall, there are 4 seasons of the High School DxD anime. Each anime series has a different title. In order, these are High School DxD, High School DxD New, High School DxD Born, and finally High School DxD Hero. Uh, All 4 seasons of the anime are available via both Crunchyroll and Funimation. However, Crunchyroll only has the subtitled versions of the show, while Funimation offers both the dub and the sub. Hulu offers both the sub version and the dub, but currently has only the first 3 seasons, forcing fans to go elsewhere if they want to complete the viewing experience. On top of this, the dubbed series is available to rent from many rental services, including iTunes and Google Play. It can also be bought on physical media from all major anime stockist. I think it's supposed to say stock list, or ordered online, um, where each season retails for around $50. There we go. So that's how to get into the High School DxD manga and anime if that's what you want to do. Let's see now. So guess we'll continue going on. Coming up on 50 minutes here, so I guess looks like we're making pretty good time here. Hmm. Oh, here we go. Here's another interesting story here. Elvis Costello reveals and urges you to watch his favorite anime. Rockstar Elvis Costello reveals that he happens to be a big fan of Masaki Yuasa's anime about anime, Keep Your Hands Off Isoken. Article by Ruben Barron, published 12 hours ago. This one I've heard a little bit about. It sounds pretty fun. Rock star Elvis Costello made a passionate recommendation for Masaki Yuasa's anime about anime, Keep Your Hands Off Isoken. Writing for The Guardian's On My Radar column, in which different celebrities make recommendations for media that's currently captivating them. Costello chose Isokin, which is available for streaming on Crunchyroll and HBO Max, as his pick for the best TV show he's watched recently. Other pop culture recommendations of Costello's include Questlove's music documentary Summer of Soul and as yet unpublished novel The Auburn Conference by Tom Piazza. Describing the show's main characters, Costello writes, quote, each girl balances a skill with a social burden. The first, Midori Asakusa, painfully shy but brilliantly imaginative. The second, Tsubame Mizusaki, easy in her fame as teenage lifestyle model. The third, Sayaka Kanamori, a cynical and almost sinister presence, is the business brain and necessary politician, unquote. He praises how every episode of Isoken, quote, uses different layers of animation as the girls' creations leap from the page into their life. The series, in total, is a tutorial about how every component of film production, from storyboard to sound design, unquote. As a musician, he also makes note of the anime's quote cool theme song, unquote, Easy Breezy, quote unquote, by Kelmiko. Mm-hmm. Costello isn't someone who's recommended a lot of anime before, so his recommendation for Keep Your Hands Off Isoken serves as the latest example of how Yuasa's adaptation of Sumito Owara's manga has managed to win over viewers who normally wouldn't share its protagonist's obsession with anime. The series made both the New Yorker and the New York Times top 10 list for the best TV shows of 2020. Reception among anime fandom was similarly positive. The show was nominated for 10 Crunchyroll Anime Awards and won Best Director and Best Animation. Yuasa was recently announced as a recipient of Japan's Medal of Honor with Purple Ribbon. Yeah, we read that article. In fact, yes, I believe it was yesterday we read that article. In addition to Keep Your Hands Off Isoken, his other major works include the anime series Keno no Zume, Kaiba, the Tatami Galaxy, Ping Pong, the animation, Devilman Crybaby, and Japan Sinks 2020, and the movies Mind Game, Lou Over the Wall, The Night is Short, Walk On Girl, and Ride Your Wave. He is currently taking a temporary hiatus from directing following the completion of his 2022 historical rock musical Inuo, which premiered to rave reviews at the Venice and Toronto International Film Festivals. Hmm. Keep Your Hands Off Isoken is currently available for streaming on Crunchyroll and HBO Max. Sentai Filmworks released the series on Blu-ray in 2022. So looks like it might get the Houston dubbing effect then. So that'll be good. Hmm. I know it's about the only way for it now. After two good nights, having kind of a slow night tonight, but hump day usually is kind of on the slow end of things. Oh, now we're back up to two. Okay. Anyways, let's continue on here with the articles. Here's the next one. Hmm. Netflix promises JoJo's Bizarre Adventure info during Anime Day event. Netflix Japan will host an quote unquote Anime Day live stream to promote its new anime lineup, which includes the new season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Article by Michael Lacerna, published 11 hours ago. Hmm. Netflix will host a special quote unquote Anime Day live stream to discuss the streamer's slate of new shows, including the new season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. At least the most current or most recent one we got here in the States was Golden Wind. I know that much. Um, the official Netflix Japan anime Twitter account posted the schedule for the live stream, which will be broadcast on November 9th at 10 a.m. JST, or Japan Standard Time. An English stream of the event will also be available to the Netflix Anime YouTube channel. Quote unquote Anime Day will kick off with a message from Netflix's CEO, Ted Sarandos, and Kara Sakamoto, Netflix Japan's vice president of content. That live stream will then premiere a performance of music from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean from composer Yugo Kano. Um, and a quote unquote special talk session featuring several members of the cast from the new season, including Firo Zai, the voice actor for the new arc's main protagonist, Jolene. The JoJo's Bizarre Adventure discussion will be followed up with an hour-long presentation showcasing 20 other new anime titles coming to Netflix. The live stream will also host a panel featuring representatives from Netflix, animation company Wit Studio, and Shueisha, the publisher of the hit-making manga magazines Weekly Shonen Jump, who will all discuss the future of storytelling and the next generation of anime and manga creators. The day will end with a special talk with Kenjiro Suda, a veteran voice actor who is best known for portraying Seto Kaiba in the Yu-Gi-Oh series, and has also starred in countless other anime, including Boruto, Naruto Next Generations, and Jujutsu Kaisen. I guess here's the here's the tweet of that schedule they're talking about. November 9th, which will be a Tuesday. A highly anticipated next season of the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure anime was confirmed to be a Netflix exclusive series last August. The season adapts part 6 of Hirohiko Araki's long running manga of the same name. The new arc takes place 10 years after the conclusion of the Golden Wind storyline, centers on the life of a new Joestar descendant, Jolene Kujo, the daughter of Stardust Crusaders Jotaro Kujo, uh, blamed for a suspicious car accident that results in the death of her lover, Jolene, is sent to prison in everyone's favorite state, Florida. While serving out her sentence, Jolene is sent a mysterious. Well, I guess that guy. Well, okay. For those that CBR, a lot of their guys do tend to lean left, so that was a bit of a sarcasm that guy did right there. While serving out her sentence, Jolene is sent a mysterious pendant that awakens a strange power inside of her, and she gets drawn into the generation spanning conflict between her family and the figure known as Dio. In addition to the new season of the anime, JoJo fans can look forward to part 9 of the manga, tentatively titled JoJo Lands, which was confirmed by Araki this summer and will begin publication after he returns from a short break. There we go with that one. How are we doing on time? We're just past the hour mark now, so that's good to see. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Anyways, as we now get back to the article here. All right, here's the next article we're gonna look at. There's no doubt about it. Outright depressing anime like Angel Beats and Clannad have always been extremely popular. Article by Ederlin Peralta, published 10 hours ago. Yeah. This right here is from Angel Beats. All this right here is from Clannad. So you kind of get where they're talking about there. When it comes to anime, many fans enjoy shows that give them a good cry session. Some of these series include Anohana, The Flower We Saw That Day, and Your Lie in April. Surprisingly, many viewers prefer to watch a sad and depressing anime series than one that guarantees them a happy ending. This begs the obvious question: what exactly makes sad and depressing anime titles so appealing to anime viewers? Here are some potential reasons. We live in a society where young boys and men are taught to suppress emotions and withhold tears. However, sad and depressing anime shows allow viewers to feel and express intense feelings and tears. One prime example is Angel Beats. In the last episode, Graduation, Yuzuru Otonashi confesses his feelings to Kanade Tachibana, proposes that they stay at the high school to help others pass through into the afterlife. However, Kanade reveals to him that her biggest regret is not thinking the person from whom she received a heart transplant, which happens to be Otonashi. After finally thanking him, Kanade's spirit is able to move on. Yeah, a little bit of an ironic twist in there. The sad moment in this scene is the sacrifice Otonashi is the sacrifice. Otonashi was the heart transplant donor for Kanade, giving her a second chance at life. In addition, Kanade's gratefulness for his sacrifice and her strong desire to thank him, even in the afterlife, further creates a sad but touching atmosphere. Whenever there's a series involving a terminally ill character, we can assume there's a heartfelt backstory, setting up an invitation for viewers to cry. And that's also because Your Lie in April has a very similar aspect to it. Um, Furthermore, viewers develop a strong attachment to the characters in sad anime titles. Whenever a character goes through some sort of trauma, we can't help but feel a degree of empathy toward them. Throughout both seasons of Clannad, viewers grow attached to the main protagonist, Tomoyo Okazaki, a high school delinquent who lives with an alcoholic father. Although Tomoya has many personal problems at home and doesn't envision a future for himself, this doesn't stop him from helping his classmates achieve their dreams. He eventually falls in love with Nagisa Furukawa, and they have a daughter, Ushio. Unfortunately, both Nagisa and Ushio pass away, leaving Tomoya in despair and wishing for a miracle to reverse the situation. Tomoya's kindness and good natured soul make him a likable character in the eyes of the audience. Tomoya suffered a lot throughout his life, and so audiences can't help but want him to have a good life with Nagisa and their daughter. He truly deserves it. Aside from building a strong attachment to these anime characters, viewers can also see themselves in them. In addition, the depressing situations these characters are in can cause viewers to think about their own relationships with others and the possibility of a loved one suffering such an experience. In the anime film A Silent Voice, Shoko Nishimiya, a deaf girl, suffers intense bullying from Shoya Ishida and his classmates. Viewers feel bad for Shoko, but may also find her relatable if they or someone they know suffered from school bullying. Thus, watching sad anime means that finding a connection with specific characters can be used as a healing mechanism for audience members' own emotional or mental trauma. Overall, sad and depressing anime is the way to go for those who may need a good cry session and just be in their feelings for a while. With their relatable characters and dramatic, quote, in your feel storylines, unquote, these are just some of the reasons why sad and depressing anime titles continue to be a must watch for fans. And there we go with that one. See, so how many more? Okay, one, two. Wow, we really went through these quickly. Got two left here. Oh, got through them pretty quickly there. Let's see. And nobody else is coming. We're at the hour 10-minute mark. And it would seem I'm the only one here right now. Uh, Now we're back up to two again. I guess somebody's lurking in there. uh, uh. All right. So, anyways, we got a couple more stories left. So, here we go with the next one. 5 anime we pretend never happened. From Gantz to Ace Attorney, remember to forget these anime series. So we're gonna highlight these, and then you just need to go turn around and just forget about them. Forget what you just learned. That's kind of a funny thing. Okay. Let's see what Miss Lara Adams here, who wrote this article and published it 9 hours ago. Let's see what she has to say about some of this stuff. All right. There are anime that viewers rage and rebel against as the worst anime of all time. But then there are the ones that everyone seems to tuck away and agree to never talk about again, as if they were never made. While not necessarily horrible, these anime were generally huge letdowns as sequels, as adaptations, or as what could have been. Not terrible enough to make any worst ofs, but just meh enough for audience to simply ignore. From Gantz to Ace Attorney, these anime have as many fans that don't know they exist as they do fans that desperately trying to make that non-existence a reality. All right, that's a little bit of a typo right there. As they do fans that desperately trying to, there's a bit of a Shuki Hime, which translates, I believe, as Moon Princess. Suke Hime is an adaptation of visual novel by Kinoko Nasu, the creator of Fate Stay Night franchise. The game debuted in 2000 and was adapted into an anime in 2003. The plot follows a young man who, through a serious injury, gains the ability to see death lines, or the connections of life and death. This power leads him into the dark secrets of his own family, as well as into the world of vampires, which is currently split in two. There are 5 main routes in the game, and more than one ending for most routes. However, the anime Tsukihime Lunar Legend features only one route, which many consider the most generic and predictable route and takes some considerable liberties when it comes to the plot, leading many to ignore its existence and stick to the game instead. However, the Tsukihime game itself got a recent remake, so perhaps a new anime adaptation is on its way as well. Studio Ufotable, which we've been talking about quite a bit lately, animated the new opening sequence for the game and recently finished adapting Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel. So there's definitely hope that the studio could decide to tackle an anime reboot of Tsukihime, just as they took over Studio Dean's adaptation of Fate Stay Night. Regarding creators. Regarding creators was one of the first big attempts at a reverse isekai, and for a while it seemed like Studio Troika um, had gotten it right. The blend of characters from different genres, as well as the generic character design and production quality, made the show stand out in the 2017 fall season until it simply faded away. In the show, high schooler Sota is casually watching his favorite anime one night when he's pulled through into another world where the main protagonist and an unknown girl in traditional Japanese armor are battling it out. When he returns to his own world, he accidentally brings the two with him. It turns out that fictional characters from different genres have appeared all over the city and are causing chaos like only magical girls and tricksters can do. It's a cool concept, but the plot and dragging storyline fails to be consistently interesting. Regarding creators, is an isekai that time forgot and nobody seems keen on remembering. Okay, okay. Let's see now. Let's see. Anybody? Okay. I'm going to step away from the computer for a moment. I'll be right back. my hey, intense webs. You're late. ah, thank you for being here though. We're actually down to the second to the last story of the night, my friends. So, um, yeah. So, anyways, um, I keep my streams out, so you can always go back if you want to go back and look over the stories, beforehand. But yeah. All right. So let's continue on with this article then. Let me make sure I'm still on yet. Okay. All right. Ace Attorney. These are animes that people kind of wish they could forget, I guess, and how this is going. Ace Attorney has been a stage play, a musical, a live action movie, an anime, and more. One would expect an anime series based on something so popular to be amazing, but the 2016 anime Ace Attorney was at the end of it all pretty forgettable. Game adaptations often struggle with incorporating game mechanics into anime. One of the most enjoyable aspects of an Ace Attorney game is the actual courtroom action, but the emotion and the an obscene amount of hand thumping that is hilarious in game didn't translate well, and the chances that the anime had to expand the story outside the courtroom didn't add the depth of character or the story it should have. Let's see. The animation is also nothing to get excited about, which is odd considering the funding that should have been available. In the end, the Ace Attorney anime is simply bland, especially for newcomers to the series, which is ridiculous considering how colorful the source material is. While people had once fantasized about an Ace Attorney anime coming to life, their hopes were fortunately not dashed, but fulfilled in a mediocre way. All right, let's see. Sounds like a she didn't like. Hmm. Yeah, it's possible. Steins Gate Zero. Okay, oh, there we go. Steins Gate is a cult classic, but Steins Gate Zero is one of those animes that never gets a mention. Based on the video game sequel to the original, Steins Gate Zero, which aired in 2018, is meant to be an exploration of other possibilities stemming from Steins Gate series. In Zero, Rintaro Okabe is unable to save Kurisu's life because to do so would be to invite war. Rintaro, who is a student in this timeline, suffers from trauma and guilt from his decision, but eventually comes to terms with the fact that he can't change the past to save Kurisu. After a few months have passed, Rintaro meets colleagues of Kurisu's who have placed her consciousness in an android named Amadeus and agrees to help develop it. After the twisting and turning of Steins Gate, it's no wonder that the tonal shift in Zero threw people off. While Steins Gate is no stranger to heartbreak, the ultimate happy ending with Mayuri and Rintaro is very much at odds with the nature of Steins Gate Zero, seeing as it is simply another possible timeline. Many fans choose to ignore it. Gantz. For being a relatively well known work, plenty of people seem to wish the Gantz anime out of existence. The manga follows two teenagers, Kei and Masaru, who become part of an afterlife quote unquote game after being hit by a train. In the game, a man called Gantz informs them that their lives are his and that they are to take advanced weaponry to kill aliens on Earth that normal humans can't see. There is a point system related to the missions that can lead to the participant bringing back a dead teammate or even bringing themselves back to life. Yeah, this one was a bit more surreal. I do because I've watched Gantz before. It's a bit more surreal. I remember when it was done by ADV, and some of the promo work they did for it was pretty interesting. It would draw you in. The 2004 anime takes some creative liberties that actually led to it being censored, such as lending a perverted nature to a character by having him become sexually aroused by imagining the girls in his class without clothes in enough detail that it was deemed inappropriate, even for a mature show. Okay, yeah, that would have been considered maybe borderline pornographic. And maybe the idea was, no, we don't want to turn Gantz into a hentai. Many of the characters are never really fleshed out. The animation doesn't match um, the quality of the manga art, and the pacing of the anime makes it hard to get invested. All of which is topped off with a conclusion that is considered to be poorly done and reason enough to skip the anime altogether. There are other takes on Gantz, such as live action films and video games, that may deliver a more satisfying adaptation that allow the anime to stay forgotten. While none of the anime above are necessarily reviled, it's not uncommon to find people who enjoyed them. They nonetheless left barely a scratch on public consciousness. Tsukihime was to be overshadowed by Nase's other works, and the fact it may be getting a remake shows how inconsequential it was. Regarding creators' inability to make a dent on the world of isekai shows how badly they handled their story. Ace Attorney couldn't capture the feeling of the game, while Steins Gate Zero left people happier remembering the end of the original anime instead. And while some enjoyed most of the Gantz anime, the ending doesn't hold up, and the general consensus is to simply read the manga. None of these anime had an impact on their genre or their audience, except perhaps to recommend going back to the source material. They, um, they are anime we want to forget. Maybe it's better that way. All right, so we got one more to hit, and then we will be done with the main articles tonight. Ah, Woody's here. Hey, Woody. Who else is in chat? I'm around. Uh, did seem like a bit of a slow night tonight. Not many people were really saying too much. If you guys haven't already, if you guys can like and share the stream, that'd be appreciated. See if we can get some more people in here, or see if we can, strum up some interest. Um, yeah, so yeah, I know tonight probably feels more like a lurking night for people. I guess it is kind of the middle of the week though, so it's kind of understandable. And now we got 4 people. Yay, 4 people. Okay. Revolutionary Girl Utena comes to Crunchyroll. Hour 30. So we're actually past an hour half already. Okay. Hour 32. The celebrated 1997 shoujo series Revolutionary Girl Utena will live heroically and with style as part of Crunchyroll's library of streaming anime. Article by Michael Lacerna, published 7 hours ago. Revolutionary Girl Utena will be available to stream on Crunchyroll on November 3rd, that's today, at 2 p.m. Pacific. So that was earlier today, okay? Streaming company announced that the addition of the classic shoujo anime to its library on its website. Revolutionary Girl Utena was originally released in 1997 and continues to be celebrated for its avant-garde presentation and for being one of the first televised anime series to feature openly gay and bisexual protagonists, which is true. There is a certain amount of that going on, among other things. The series has maintained a dedicated cult following and has been re-released multiple times on VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray in the last 23 years. Crunchyroll will stream all 39 episodes of the series. Let's see. Revolutionary Girl Utena was the work of the artist collective known as B Papas, which was headed up by Sailor Moon anime director Kumihiko Ukuhara. The project staff also included Kanon manga artist Chiho Saito, Neon Genesis Evangelion animator Shinya Hasegawa, and Yoji Enokita, a veteran screenwriter who worked on both Sailor Moon and Evangelion, and who would later be involved with the production of other hit anime series such as Ouran High School Host Club, Nodame Cantabile, and Gainax's Fully Cooley. The series was created after Ikuhara left Toei Animation in 1996 due to the director becoming displeased with the lack of creative freedom he was granted. The series was a critical hit upon its release, and it's still frequently cited as one of the best anime series of the 1990s, often named alongside classics such as Cowboy Bebop and Neon Genesis Evangelion, which was created by Hideaki Anno, a personal friend of Ikuhara. The anime series was followed up with a 1999 release of The Adolescence of Utena, a very loose movie retelling of the story from the original TV series. The movie features a more mature and serious tone than the frequently comedic TV series and further delves into the topics of sexuality and gender identity. While the movie isn't streaming on Crunchyroll, it is available on the free retro anime focus streaming service Retro Crush. The series focuses on titular Udana Tenjo, an athletic young tomboy who was rescued by a fairy tale like prince as a child, now aspires to become a heroic prince herself. Utana transfers into the prestigious Otori Academy, an elite school with connections to an enigmatic organization known as quote unquote end of the world. After protecting a kind but submissive girl named Anthe from an abusive man who claims to be her fiance, Utana agrees to take part in a series of increasingly dangerous and bizarre sword duels to protect Anthe and unravel the mystery surrounding the school and the members of the student council. Yes, this series, aside from, of course, the a lot of the you know, as I said, it was like one of the first series, if not the first series, to have openly gay and bisexual characters in it in anime. Um, it's also got a very surreal feel to it. So I've actually watched it before. So alrighty then. So that's it for all the main articles tonight. Um, so we got through 10 articles there. And we still got a little bit of time. We're at hour 38. Spending a lot of hours this week watching Kyle R's incompetent attorney screw up what should have been a winning case. Ah, so that's I guess what Crow meant when I saw that headline. Yeah, I'm sure Nick must be furious too about it. Yeah, so anyways, so how's everybody doing tonight? You guys been enjoying the content tonight here? Well, here's at least one thing. You guys know I keep my streams up, so if you guys want to go back and watch them, if you missed any of the stories or whatever, you can always catch them on replay. Um, so, anyways, alrighty then. So, is there anything you guys want to ask me about or talk about? If not, we might just start wrapping up here, and maybe go into history. We're going. We might actually, we're an hour 40 now. At the rate we're going, um, might still end up, even though we got 20 minutes to go, we still might end up getting close to 2 hours again. Even though there wasn't as much chatter tonight, it was the past two nights prior. Yeah, we may as well start wrapping up. Yeah, yeah. It's hump day. It's like I knew, basically we already knew Leto wasn't going to be here because he's napping right now, getting ready for work, and Batgo, if he did come, was going to probably be coming in at the very end, anyways, because he's got trivia and all that. So, all right. So, if you guys are ready, then I guess then we'll guys are ready for this day in each history, we'll hit that up. So, you guys ready for this day in each history? Need you up, Mike. All right. So today is Wednesday, November the 3rd, 2021. So let's take a look back at this day in Nietzsche history. Our first stop, we're going to go back 25 years ago today, as on this day 25 years ago today, Deke Productions Limited produced a sequel to the 1980s Inspector Gadget cartoon called Inspector Gadget's Field Trip, which was to serve as a children's television series in which Inspector Gadget, voiced again by the late Don Adams, would take kids on a virtual tour of the world. So here was the concept of the show down here. I'll read this off real quick. The series was an educational travel log program for children in which the animated gadget would show viewers the many different sites and famous places around the world via live action clips with historical facts. Theme song is slightly similar to the one in the Gadget Boy series. In fact, Gadget Boy himself made a cameo appearance in one episode. So Gadget was the only main character to appear in this series. Others such as Penny, Brain, Chief Quimby, although mentioned by Gadget in some episode, Kate Man, all those, Don Adams, of course, reprised his role. This series aired on the History Channel. It was basically a educational travelogue. So on this day in 1996, Spectre Gadget's Field Trip debuted on the History Channel. So premiered on the History Channel. So there we go with that one. Now moving on to the next bit of history. This one, well, some people might say it's a little bit sad because it does involve the passing of an individual, but they did live a pretty long life and they had a pretty significant career. So on this date, back in 2016, which was 15 years ago today, professional wrestler Sputnik Monroe passed away at the age of 77. He was a headliner in many territories. He was a big star throughout the 40s and 50s, where in Memphis, where he's best known in Memphis, where he and Billy Wicks set an attendance record that lasted until the Monday Night Wars boom period. Now, one of the more significant aspects of Sputnik's career is he's one of the guys who helped lead to the desegregation of professional wrestling events in the South, particularly in Tennessee. All right, I'm gonna read a portion of this, or read the portion. I'm gonna read a portion of this that you guys should really listen to. When people talk about today how we need to be more sensitive and tolerant of other races and stuff like that, and how we're trying to move, racial issues forward. This guy really actually did something about it. Didn't just talk about it, and he didn't go about, trying to cancel or trash the other people per se. So let me just read this part to you because this was significant in Southern cultural history. This was a significant thing in sports history and sports entertainment history in, you know, let me just read a portion of this off. He became a noteworthy figure in Memphis cultural history during a period where legal segregation was the norm at public events. And during a general decline in the popularity of professional wrestling, Monroe recognized that the segregated wrestling shows, in parentheses here, whites sat in floor seats while blacks were required to sit in the balcony, were not properly marketing to black fans. The witty, flamboyant Monroe began dressing up in a purple gown and carrying a diamond tipped cane and drinking in traditionally black bars in the black area of Memphis. As a result of this, he was frequently arrested by police on a variety of trumped up charges, such as mopery. Um, he would then hire a black attorney and appear in court, pay a fine, and immediately resume fraternizing with black citizens and drinking in their bars. Due to this, and in spite of the fact that he was a heel at the time, heel is professional wrestling lingo for bad guy, his popularity soared among the black community. At his shows, although floor seats in arenas would be half empty with white patrons, the balcony would be packed to capacity with black patrons, with many others unable to enter due to the balcony selling out. Monroe, having become the biggest wrestling draw at the time, soon refused to perform unless black patrons were allowed to sit in any seat at the Ellis Auditorium. As a result, the wrestling shows were desegregated and the shows were completely sold out, with Monroe's many black fans filling the auditorium. Soon, other Southern sporting events, recognizing the enormous financial benefits, began to desegregate as well. So Sputnik Monroe, yeah, he was a territory star. He wasn't somebody. Says here, of course, he was posthumously entered into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2018. He was part of the class of 2018. But on this date, 15 years ago in 2006, he passed away at the age of 77. This was a guy who was a big territory star who, because of what he did outside the ring and his contributions to the to the equal rights movement, to the desegregation movement, is somebody who should be remembered. On this date, 15 years ago, Sputnik Monroe passed away at the age of 77. And okay. R.I.P. Sputnik Monroe. Thanks for the biography, Mike. No problem. I felt it was significant enough, so that's why I went through it. I felt it was significant enough because of because of his contribution to society there. All right. So, anyways, on to the last piece of niche history here. As we go back 11 years ago today, on this date in 2010, the 75th issue of Invincible, one of the more lucrative titles, more successful titles for Image Comics, went on sale on this date in 2010. So 11 years ago today, the 75th issue of Invincible from Image Comics. Of course, the same company that just formed that union yesterday or the other day. The 75th issue of Invincible went on sale on this date 11 years ago today. So there you go. That's it for this day in each history. I thank everybody for being here. I thank you guys for all the likes and shares. Hopefully, if any of you missed some of the show, whatever, you can always catch the replay. I mean, I have my I keep my videos up. So if you want to go back and watch it and get some more of the information, you're more than welcome to. And I thank everybody again for being here tonight. I know it's a bit slower night, it's hump day, so the energy is going to be down a little bit, but I think we still had a pretty good time of it tonight. We got through 10 articles, so and with that, guys, I thank you for being here, and don't forget, of course, we'll be back here tomorrow night. Friday night, Batco and I will be continuing our look back to July 1938. Be looking at selections. We'll be looking over some of the history from Dell Comics, David McKay Publishing, and United Features, continuing our coverage of July of 1938 in comics history. So until tomorrow, guys, I hope to see everybody back here. Bye.